Hello everybody, and happy Tuesday to you. If you're new to my channel, consider unsubscribing to my channel. I try to get the latest updates and keep it fun and real. I'll talk a little bit about everything. Welcome back if you been subscribed to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. So I just want to bring you up to date. Number one, there is a rental assistance. I said in my previous videos last week, there is now, I talked to a friend of mine. It's called, a lot of the states, it's a state-run program. So they're letting the government, each state is going to run it their way. If you're behind on your rent, not your mortgage, your rent from a landlord, the website's hometreasury.gov, and then it's policy issue rental assistance. So it's a little bit hometreasury.gov, G-O-V, policy issues rental assistance COVID-19. Go on there, and there's, unfortunately it won't let me go on to try it because I have a mortgage, so it stops me. I wish I can go on there and give you more information, but you go on there, it'll say, do you rent? And then it'll have some questions, but I'm letting everybody know, please make sure you have your credentials ready. I think I said this before, I think they're making it a little difficult, but they want to see that you're late. So you're going to have some documentation from your landlord saying that you've been late, documentation that you are collecting unemployment and you're unemployed for over 3 months. But again, that's what I'm hearing. I can't go on. That's just good information. But if you're collecting unemployment, and just for an example, you're renting a $1,000 apartment and you're late 1 month. If you're late 1 week, I understand that they're not going to give you much rental assistance. But if you're late 1 month, they'll work it out. And I think the program has enough money to cover a couple months rent. There's some things you have to be ready with, probably some banking information showing, what's available, in your bank account, the landlord, the address, things like that, your driver's license, Social Security. But that's it right there, people. They finally got it. Again, it's a state-run program, so state to state. All right. So now with the stimulus package, it's still early to tell. I mean, Joe Biden is still not in yet. What they're saying though is like I said before, even though he has, it's a Democrat president and House and Senate, it's not a slam dunk. Will I think the stimulus will happen? Yes. Well, I personally, you heard it from me, I think it'll just be the $1,400 that they were talking about before. 14 and 6, most of us got the 600. If you haven't gotten the 600, when you do your taxes, there'll be some kind of a form that you're, I'm not a tax guy. I'm not a tax advisory, so they'll let you know if you haven't gotten it by now. All right, so it'll be $1,400. And what I'm saying, I don't want to get your hopes up. It could be more. I think it'd be a lot easier to just do the $1,400. But here's where some of the Republicans, some of the own party are having a problem. They want to make sure a lot of this money doesn't go to states that are already struggling before the pandemic. So they have some kind of study. If the states were struggling, they don't want to bail them out. It doesn't mean they don't want to bail us out, but they don't want to bail out the states. And some of the language in there is bailing out the states. For an example, like maybe potholes and stuff like that. So they want to be very careful on, sending that money out for no good reason. It's supposed to be COVID. I so happen to agree with that. They can throw a couple things in that they want to throw in, and they can do anything they want, but let's not make it too difficult. So I believe it's going to be $1,400. I believe it's probably going to happen. They're saying the first 48 hours. I probably happen by next week. They'll have a vote or a name of it. I believe it'll be extension unemployment. It'll be that boost that they're talking about of $100 to make it $400 for regular unemployment and PUA. Probably into the September. That's what he's saying. That could be changed. They can make it August. But I think you're going to see an extension unemployment because unemployment is still rising. People, I'm just reporting, numbers are up. I know a lot of my clients are starting to get it. It's, so until this vaccine is showing some stability, okay, call it as it is, you're going to still have some problems. People are just not going to be out. I mean, I'm in the parking lot right now. So everything's still the capacity, at least here in Nevada, and a lot of states are down. And even the states like Florida and Utah that are wide open are still hesitating. So That's why they're picking that time. So I believe we're going to have extension for unemployment, $1,400 additional. I think they're going to take some of that garbage out and redo it. I believe it's probably going to happen. I'll stick to my words, probably right around Valentine's Day with the stimulus. So hopefully they change some other things in there too. I continue to say this, and no, I don't have any kids in college. It's just the right thing to do. If you have a child who's in college and they're living at home and they're working part-time, they didn't benefit. I did not get that on the first one or the second one. I don't know what the hell they were thinking on that one. I think they're entitled to get it. So hopefully they change that. I've already had a letter written up. I called Steve Manu. I've called some people in there, and of course I didn't get a response. Just voice my opinion on that. And no, I don't have any family members. It's just not right. So with that said, so that's the update on that. So this is PUA here in Nevada. Real quickly, if I would. Yesterday was a holiday. Today, like I said yesterday, so for those people who didn't see partial payment, meaning that the check number that you normally see, if you normally get paid after 12 on a Tuesday night, you'll get paid after 12 tomorrow. So Wednesday morning at 12 a.m. Sorry, it's been a long day for me. And then most likely everybody will get paid by tomorrow. Now, what I'm hearing from some people that Sal, I've been getting paid all the way up to now. All of a sudden with the holiday, I seen it. It said partial. It didn't say partial check, but it showed the amount. Now I'm not seeing anything. Here's what I'm hearing and what I'm thinking. If you're one of those people where it's not so much the holiday, I'm hearing if you had an overpayment. Let's say, for example, you were making $420. All right, you had an overpayment for whatever reason. I'm not going to get into it. The biggest overpayment wasn't your fault. They let you go back to February 2nd, which they said they could, and then later on they wanted it back. You probably paid that off already. They're taking half of your money out, half of your boost out. You were probably getting caught up. Stay with me. So now it's just coincidence. It was a holiday, and they redid the credits. Remember, I told everybody the credits will probably readjust. But I was the type that you should call. Now they're saying not to call. So what do I think they're just redoing it. So you go back. So you were making 400. They cut it down to 200 and your boost 140. You're paid up. Now they need to get it back implemented to your regular, what you were making, a 420. It seemed like it's not complicated. They should have adjusted it. It's what I'm hearing and I'm thinking. So there's a possibility you might not get paid if you're one of those claimants that, overpayment balanced out, zeroed out. There you go. So you might miss on this week, but I would think they would catch up. Call. So today's probably not going to be a good day because yesterday was a holiday. Call them up. And again, everything I said in my previous videos, what's your name, is that the reason, or is there another reason, or was it the holiday? I don't think it was the holiday. I think it was just one of those things where you got caught up. So, but they did add the credits. Everybody check your portal. The credits should be in there, enough for the remaining of the weeks to March 13th, which is, in my math, 8 more weeks. You might have a little bit more. It doesn't mean they started another program. It's just, maybe the system just put a little bit more. It doesn't mean you're going to get that extra, and you might have a little less. And don't worry if you do. The system and the vending will catch up on it. They did the website here in Nevada. It's a little bit of a different look. So if you went on there, great. I heard a couple of reasons was to Nevada employment Dieter. One was for fraud and other reasons. So it sounds like they're in the right direction. So don't worry if you haven't gotten paid. And I'm also hearing people way back in March are starting to get paid. There's a Shane out there. He's a happy camper. Shane, nothing to do with it. Just giving you great advice. So there's some people out there who are saying, hey, Sal, unbelievable. Good for you. You deserve it. It's your money. And I'm glad. It's unfortunate. I don't work for them. I fought in battle. It's unfortunate you had to wait that long. It really is. But I'm glad that some people are. And if you're watching this and you're having it, where's mine? Watch my other videos. I give a lot of advice what to say. I don't want to get into it right now. My voice is starting to go if you hear it a little bit. So that's that. So remember, tomorrow is another day. Say hello to somebody. And for my cigar smokers, I'm going to have a little something special coming up in a day or two with just cigars. And for yous Don't smoke cigars, but maybe you know somebody likes smoking cigars. Tune in. If you don't want to tune in, that's fine. All right, so share the video. Hit the like button. No politics. I'll see you next time.